Yippee! Time to figure out this switch puzzle. And what's behind door number 1? Well, we've got an item here. Jeff found full heal. Okay, is there anything further to the left? Nope. It's a dead end. So I suppose I'm going to be hitting this switch next. Okay, now it's clearly different from when I pressed that switch in the last video. I don't like this puzzle at all, to be honest. And this dead end is still here, but there is still a path to this trainer. So let's try switch number 3, see what happens. And nope, still nothing. God, I hate this puzzle. At least I know that the third switch ought to be turned on first, so if push comes to shove, then I'm just going to head back up the stairs and then back down and try all the combinations possible that begin with the switch that's to the far left. Okay, so let's try this one. As you can see, I'm just improvising. I honestly have no clue what I'm doing. And please, can I find this quickly? Let's try this. Again, it's a coin toss at every turn. I honestly have no clue. Oh! We may have something here. Yep! Okay, but there's a trainer here. But I think I've got it figured out. I just have to go right, and then I can leave this place. But I wanted to come back on something while I'm fighting this burglar here. Remember in part, I think it was 74, that thing with the Nidoran's egg moves that I've covered? Well, they've been all the moves from Hard Gold and Soul Silver, in fact, have been added to Smogon's Shoddy server. And as I noticed, well, they've added the moves as they are on Smogon's list. That is, Nidoran female gets everything, Nidoran male gets absolutely nothing other than the likes of, you know, Super Fang, Headbutt, Whirlpool, but those aren't egg moves, so I'm just talking about egg moves here. Nidoran female got absolutely everything, even moves it's not supposed to have at all, I think, anyway, because both Cerebi and Vikan claim that Nidoran female gets Skull Bash, yeah, Nidoran male gets Head Smash, and that's it. That's it. While Smogon says that Nidoran female got both Head Smash and Skull Bash on top of all those egg moves that were previously female only. That's what I said back then, but now it's been added to Smogon. Now the question I have is, has it been tested? I seriously doubt that because I'm still certain that Cerebi and Vikan are right here. Oh well, someone's bound to figure it out someday. Someone's gonna find out someday that they're trying to get that Nidoqueen with Head Smash, but then it'll turn out that it's the males that get the move, and only then will people realize that something's going on. Now, I'm not complaining that Smogon is stupid or anything, but I would really like anyone to look into this because, well, I know that the Nidos aren't that popular in the overused environment, but they're pretty good in the underused tier, and a Pokemon getting a whole bunch of moves that it's not supposed to have is sure to shift the balance at some point or another. But anyway, that's all I can say about this for now, and I'll keep you updated if there's anything that comes up regarding this subject. And speaking of keeping you updated, well, apparently the Stage 3 voting for the Uber tier is apparently either underway or it's already happened. I wouldn't know. I've been focusing a lot on Hard Gold and Soul Silver lately, so it passed right by without me noticing, apparently. And yeah, once again, I'll keep you updated on that if there are any changes. Personally, in the back of my mind, I'm expecting the status quo. Oh, an emergency switch! I think this opens all the doors in the place so that if I need to come back, I won't need to go all over the place, pressing switches and doing this puzzle again. If I want to come back for some reason, that is. Which I don't think I will. I don't think I forgot anything down there, and even if I did forget something, well, I'm hoping that it's not something important, but oh well. So moving on to another subject, the Pokewalker. I know some of you are planning on using it to level up your Pokemon and stuff, but there's a little warning that I should give everyone here, and it's that you cannot give your Pokemon more than one level in each Pokewalker session. If you want to give it another level, you gotta send it back to your cartridge, then back to the Pokewalker. Because apparently you get 1 experience point per step taken, and someone at the Speed Gamers forums tried this and wore the Pokewalker all day, and at the end of the day, his Pidgey went from level 3 to level 4. That's like 80 experience points, and I'm sure even the laziest of us take a lot more than 80 steps in a day. So yeah, that's the limit. 1 level per session. I think what they were trying to go for here is that they didn't want you to abuse the Pokewalker to level up your Pokemon and get to the first gym at like level 28 or something, because it's true that this restriction hurts Pokemon a lot more at lower levels than they do at higher levels. For example, it takes several thousands of experience points at this point in the game to level up my team, so there's not much of a consequence here. But when you waste hundreds and thousands of steps not knowing that your Pidgey is only going to grow 1 level, it can get pretty frustrating. So yeah, and you can't forget that the relative value of 1 experience point is much lower at higher levels than it is at lower ones. 1 point is going to be worth much more at level 5 than at level 41. So in essence, it would be a lot easier to use the Pokewalker to show up at the first gym over level than it would be to show up at the Elite Four over level, for example. Now, I know this is frustrating, and I hope this is written in the instruction manual, else we're gonna have a lot of angry people wondering why their Pidgey only gained 1 level. And a random tip like that: don't use Pidgey, or its evolutions for that matter. They suck. But back to the game, this is the last rocket in the underground, I think, because I saw the president behind those boxes, so all I have to do is go around and talk to him, and he's gonna have been rescued. Though, you know what would have been an interesting plot twist, though? If you walk up to him and then it's Lambda again! Nah, they're not wily enough to do this one, but it would be pretty fun. You think, hey, yeah, I'm rescuing the president. What? You again? Yeah, I can think pretty weird things sometimes. But, you know, they added names to the Rocket executives in Hard Gold and Soul Silver, but I don't think it's gonna make them any more memorable. The admins from Magma and Aqua were utterly forgettable as well. Galactic was a little better, though I don't know if they're easier to remember because of the naming schemes or whatever. So, what's this? Oh, TM35! Oh yeah, it's the Sleep Talk TM I wanted because I'm going to make my Suicune into a Rest Talker. And if I remember correctly, in this generation, when you use Sleep Talk and Sleep Talk picks Rest, Rest actually replenishes your HP again, and that was fixed in the later generations, but I'm not 100% sure it works here, but nonetheless, Rest and Sleep Talk would be a pretty sweet combo for Suicune, even if Rest while Sleep Talking doesn't restore your HP. Okay, blah 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 blah, I don't care about you, I just want Buena's show back on the air so I can keep winning rare candies. And if it means having to save your ass, then, well, consider yourself lucky. So, what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, the criminal team admins. Well, of course, no one's ever gonna be as memorable as Mirror B. If you've ever played the Coliseum, then you certainly know and remember who Mirror B is, even if you don't remember anything else about the game, because, let's be honest, Coliseum wasn't a very good game, and I honestly don't remember anything about it either, except for Mirror B and his giant afro of doom. So the underground led into the department store basement. Who would have figured this one out?